Hello and welcome to another video. So today, since they've added new story chapters, that's what we're going to be getting into. I expect to have these story chapters out reasonably close together, so I plan on probably doing Isabelle, Ewan, and then doing the two extras that they added, which apparently I didn't read when I was actually looking at what chapters might be added, but looks like we got chapter 13 for both Luna and Urias, and I do plan on covering those. We might put those in their own video, because they are just two things. I'm not even sure if they're just story or whether they're actually games. We'll see based on probably Isabelle and Ewan if they go up to 13, but getting straight into this, I want to kick off with Isabelle. I don't really have any crazy decks set up, so don't expect anything too nuts, but that should be a good start.
I am Tetra, and my world is in danger of total annihilation. A fearsome tyrant named Bahamut threatens us with the unthinkable.
Did you come from a different world?
Yes, I possess dimension-linking functionality, at least for now, and arrived here after following the experimental unit's signal. Please, before it is destroyed, will you accompany me to my home world of Aiolon? Of course we'll go.
Jumping the gun, Arisa?
We can't just leave her. I mean, we all know what it's like suffering at the hands of the Keeper.
Fine. Let's do this.
He won't
Jeez.
regret
Don't expect I will in the situation.
Sounds like
They really don't change any of this,
The Keepers
which
are
sucks.
involved, and there's no choice.
We can pretty much always skip the first intro one if you've watched my previous story videos, which I'd hope you would, because they do kind of all lead into each other. The intro story to each one is always the same, and it's very generic. It's basically, here we're going to jump into a new world. So, I'm not really sure what I want to do. I've got unlimited Daria rune still. That might be something to fall back on, although I wouldn't mind testing out something different. Yeah, I'm not really sure how different I want to go though. We might go with this one. This is actually the deck that you'll see probably as soon as tomorrow, with the earliest, the first deck that I've done an actual game video of, so that'll be interesting.
I am Tetra, and my world is in...
I don't know what kind of world I've landed in, but it doesn't seem safe. Maybe I should focus on finding the others.
Containment breach has been detected in Sector B. Violators are currently attempting escape. As punitive action is anticipated, citizens of each sector are recommended to evacuate promptly.
What's happening?
Uniform violation detected.
More robots.
Warning. Violators are subject to disciplinary measures. Please change into the mandatory uniform immediately.
Is this some kind of golem? Not quite. I don't feel any sort of magical energy from it.
Uniform violation detected. Warning. Violators are subject to disciplinary measures. Please change into the mandatory uniform immediately.
I don't think Isabelle's
I
going
don't
to
want any
change.
trouble. Can you even understand what I'm saying?
Uniform violation detected. Warning.
They're just
So you
repeating
can only
themselves.
wrote phrases, huh? I wonder what makes you tick.
Initiating disciplinary measures.
But then again, I don't really feel like dying to find out. It hurts, tampering with someone else's creations. But maybe I'll learn something more about this place.
Isabelle's just like, yeah, we'll just rip this thing apart, shred it up, see what's inside. Why not? I mean, when you're as strong as Isabelle, you may as well. Alright, Surveyor. As usual, it's usually the first thing you fight.
About this world.
Commencing disciplinary measures.
Okay. Don't really want any of those for our opening. That's a little bit better. I can work with this. Alright, first draw is going to be... Come on, Insight. No, no Insight, damn. Double Fate's Hand though, that will come in handy. Alright, our best bet is Robo Golem. Let's go. Robo Goblin, take him out. Ah, of course. Now, how do I want to play this turn? There's really nothing. I don't want to play... I don't want to, but I'm going to play the Elena Gloria. It's not the play I want to make. Mainly because I want to use the Evo on her, since I can combo that really nicely. I do need some better draw, though. Well, it doesn't look like I can at least take this out, so we're going to get pretty much a optimal hand now, which is good.
You're done for. This is where I...
Alright, this will be more interesting. Let's see.
Is that all you...
No trade. Even though face could have been the place. Only because I want to heal up and kill off these. Get some more cards. Go for a Robo Golem, and in turn. Pretty comfortable, really. Just sitting on this board. The first game is usually one of the easier ones, so if we want to get more familiar with these decks, it's definitely the way to do it. There's really not a lot here to play, unfortunately. Now's our chance to go for this. It's not the best way to do it, but if it's going to buy us some time, I think that's the way to go. Because I can spell boost this up, we can get it to a reasonable level, then play whatever we want for free. Well, not for free, we're effectively playing it for 7, but it's okay. Let's see. What do we got here? Another Elena Glorious, shall we? Since we haven't put any spell boost on that yet, we'll give it 3. That's a good way to start it.
It won't be long now. This is where I excel.
This thing's at 3 already, so this will make 4, which means we can actually clear the board.
My arrows are broken.
And that's at 5, almost at 8. So we just need to get to 8. I think from here it should be easy. I mean, going up against this shouldn't be a problem. Just trying to think. Do I want to go Fate's Hand or Fiery first, really? Not a great option either way. Although Fate's Hand might have been better, to be honest.
Superficial damage
8.
detected.
Don't really want to go any higher than that. Which is why I'm not going to play anything else.
Damage detected.
Because I want to pull my 8 drop.
Miracles are born by my hand. Consider this your
There we go. I don't expect it to summon anything crazy, but it gives me a better board. Gets me ahead a little bit. To be fair, it's just kind of experimenting at this point. Even if it drags our game out a little bit.
consider this your
Superficial damage detected.
Trying to see if I can go for 3 more damage, and with this hand it doesn't look like it. That would have been so funny if I had have actually got to play both those.
Superficial damage detected.
Yeah, we'll just leave it like this. That's fine. The odds of us losing now is pretty much 0. Alright, there we go.
Damage critical.
Level 1 of the story mode complete. Only 12 more to go. At least not all of them are
Let's examine.
matches, so they should go through pretty quick.
Warning. Enforcer units were programmed by Lord Bahamut. Any interference with their program will be subject to immediate
Discipline or something, right?
damage. Critical. Unable to proceed with termination.
They're just so weak. That's the only problem.
Sorry. Don't take this personally.
When the new bots are included, it'll be
Some
interesting.
kind of iron, but unlike anything I've ever touched. It must be unique to this world. But what's that inside? It's glowing. It's faint, but there's some magical energy. What could this be?
It's a core, isn't that obvious? I guess you wouldn't know, though. I'm the only one who knows how to make them, after all.
Interesting. Bahamut, early introduction this time. We don't see him usually pop up right at the start.
Jeez, look at this mess. Don't you know that destroying an enforcer is grounds for termination? You some kind of idiot or something?
Who are you supposed to be?
Wait, you don't know who I am? That's a first. I don't have time for idiocy.
Nice.
Behavior violation, uniform violation, language violation, not to mention common knowledge violation. Yep, that's termination.
Yep. It's like, yeah, after all that, yeah, termination. That's the answer.
I am Tetra, and my world is in danger of total annihilation.
So you're Baphomet.
Well, looks like you finally remembered. Listen.
Initiating termination protocol.
Taking your sweet time?
What are you doing?
Ugh, useless scraps. When I call for you, I expect you to be here in under a second. Come on!
Initiating termination protocol.
That's more like it. See? Not. That's the one. Get rid of her.
Please
Jesus.
stand back.
Oh, Tetra. Thank God.
Delta cannon, fire.
They've included some nice artwork for sure.
Petra, I should have known you'd bring otherworld trash into my realm.
Affirmative. I have summoned others here to stop you.
Stop me! Don't be silly. I'm your creator. Look at you. You're trembling. Ah, jeez. Your emotions have only made you weaker. You two, get over here.
More
They've
enforcers.
entertained me long enough. Do whatever you need to dispose of them. I'm gonna head back to work in the Furies.
Move!
Also, this has taken a very long time for this ending clip.
It's been a long day. Maybe this whole sector needs to be under curfew so I can get some shut-eye.
Wait!
No, please retreat. It is dangerous to stay.
And just leave him?
Please, come with me. I will explain.
At least Isabelle's usually pretty logical, so she should follow. Twisted Regime. Story Mode 3.
Looks like we've lost them.
Affirmative. It appears that Baphomet has lost interest in us for the time being.
He's your enemy, right? Don't we need to stop him?
Affirmative.
Then why did we run?
Baphomet's combat capabilities greatly...
So he was only toying with us.
Negative. Baphomet had no such intention. He was merely... unable to load appropriate statement, referring to sibling data, mono. Baphomet is a child.
Baphomet is a child.
In short, Baphomet assigns each sector their own designated waking and furthermore, these sectors are given equally absurd meal distribution schedules. Again, the whim of Baphomet.
Haphazardly. So are there sectors where no one is permitted to sleep? Or sectors where no one ever receives food?
Affirmative. It is because of his erratic behavior that Mono refers to him as a child.
Mono has the best references, to be fair.
They've entertained me long enough. Do whatever you need to dispose of him. I'm gonna head back to work in the Furies. Oh, it's been a long day. Maybe this whole sector needs to be under curfew so I can get some shut-eye.
I can't believe a guy like that is running this place.
Baphomet was once just an ordinary researcher. That is, until he killed our former leaders and claimed the city with an iron fist. He has been terrorizing us ever since. This is merely speculation, but I believe a being of tremendous power may have played a part in his rise to tyranny.
It must have been a keeper. How have you been coping until now? And what do you plan to do?
We have been careful not to draw Baphomet's attention, which is why we take refuge in our hideouts. As for the future, I want to fight back against Baphomet. At least, I hope to do so.
If it's a battle he wants, it's a battle he'll get. If a keeper is involved, then our goals are the same.
Your cooperation is appreciated. For now...
Are you alright?
My apologies. It appears my mana flux system has been impaired.
I'm sorry, I'd forgotten about your injuries. What were you thinking, shielding me so recklessly?
It was necessary. For you are...
She's just like defective as hell right now.
My apologies. Please wait a moment for my auto-restorative functions to activate.
Unauthorized entry is prohibited.
Ah, Surveyor. I love Surveyors. They're actually some of my favorite designs.
And evacuate immediately.
I'm not gonna leave you here.
In that case, I will do what I can to assist you.
You just rest. I'll handle this myself.
Okay, Isabelle versus the Surveyor, it is.
I'll handle this myself.
Unauthorized Unauthorized entry into this sector
This is a good hand. Insight into something. Insight into something. That's all I got right now. Let's see what we can get. Tech Lord. Techno Lord is gonna come to the party. Let's see what we can get then.
Please present your identification.
I'll present you with identification. One day. Alright, not gonna play anything turn 3, obviously.
Let the people rejoice.
Alright, core will work out well once we get to turn 5, of course. I need to play before that though, preferably. And of course, they're going real heavy on the neutral support. Yep, well, we're screwed. Okay, that's going to be fine. I'll work it out. It's not a really good hand to work with for this match, considering their Evo this turn. Should be able to at least wipe out most of it though, so that's fine. It's just not optimal. Okay. So Cosmic Flower is the best option. Probably on the Wind Blast. An Evo, that'll give us plenty of stuff. Although I don't think... I think I've screwed up. Damn it. Oh no, we do get that first. Thank God. So we're going to burn one of those. That's fine. I was like, hopefully we don't burn the wrong one. And it's like, oh crap, we did. It's already at 4, which means it can take this out. This thing can hit whatever I want. I don't really have anything else though, so a couple of insight plays. Alright, this gives us some potential now. We've actually got things to use, which is good. The only real risk is these followers that are on the board right now. Everything else should be able to be dealt with. Tetra on its own does some decent damage, so that's an option. Although I don't think we can actually win, which is disappointing. Alright, so the Evo... I think we've lost this, unfortunately. Can't believe they got a, like, swing turn, basically, over and over again. Makes it hard.
Delta cannon, fire. Can't be happening. Prepare yourself.
So if I heal up, at least... buy us some time. It might have just bought us enough health to survive this turn. Or maybe not, maybe. Actually, no, that should be fine. I just need to work out a way to clear this now. Do we still have an Evo point? No, because we've used both. So that means that Tetra is useless. Okay. So I can wipe out the majority of the board, which is fine. Next turn is okay, at least.
Come on in. Take a seat.
I just need a way to get rid of these two. Ah, lovely Monica would have been perfect. Emphasis on would have been. Don't think there's any way to actually win this now. Unless I get lucky. Even if I get lucky, I don't think I can win this. Because that's... doesn't matter which one it hits, I still lose, because I'm only at 2 health.
Wow.
Damn it! What a waste of time that one was. At least I should just be able to go straight into rebattling, which is fine. We just got real unlucky with the big swing. If we hadn't have had to worry about the neutrals, we would have been fine. I mean, it was pretty predictable that that's how it would go, but once we got that swing, I probably should have just conceded and restarted the match, but I'm not one to give up that easily, usually. Oh, and again, a pretty garbage hand, honestly. I don't usually brick this bad with this. Like, this hand's better. I can actually work with this. Going second sucks, though. I really don't want to be going second. Okay, let's see what we got. Alright, at least we have turn 2 play. That's much better this time. And of course, the only thing I don't want to go up against. Alright, send that to face.
Damage sustained.
I'm gonna get rid of this time though. Last word, summon a copy of this follower. That's annoying. At least going second, like in this situation's okay. I can use Eleanor. Go for it, take him out.
Light for the world of man.
I really wish I could get something spell boost though. Nope, nothing good to spell boost. Disappointed.
You're done for.
Alright, now we take this turn for ourselves.
This is where I excel. Is that all you got? Show's over.
Alright. It's just from here that we need to really take the game now.
I am a flower. I bloom on
And of course,
Disciplining
of course, actress.
like a bird. I say. You're not bad.
Alright.
Unbelievable.
It's not the end of the world yet, so that's okay.
Show me what you can do. It won't be long now.
Take advantage of Eleanor.
This is where I excel. This'll crush you.
Shutting down.
0, 0, and fiery. Perfect.
Is that all you got?
Okay, keeping the board clear. We should be okay.
The start of a new adventure.
Alright, summoning a copy of Dungeon Explorer. It's a good way to do it, to be honest. Can't really question him for that.
Of a new adventure.
I'm gonna leave, like, this is risky, but I think it's a risk that will pay off. Like, just look at this right now. This is actually seems worthwhile, for once.
Unbelievable.
So with this,
Glitters with justice. Y'all could use a magic
so I can actually use this to my advantage, take these out pretty comfortably. I probably should have done that the other way around, but that's fine.
miracle shooting star. Of the earth.
I can get the optimal outcome no matter what though, so...
Damage sustained.
There we go. Alright, so 3-3 is fine, with this, since they're trading it anyway.
Transformation.
I actually want to send that in. Then I can go for a ward. Okay, now they shouldn't win.
Verifying access.
As long as they don't recover, we're okay. Well, the mummy, that's pretty good actually. Oh, so many one-drop cards.
Take a seat. Class is in session.
Alright, free 0. Heal. I'm just going for cards at this point. Flame Destroyer and potentially lethal next turn. Provided they can't wipe the board, which at this point in their match, I don't think that's going to happen. There we go. So it really wasn't the best matchup, to be honest. That was a pretty shocking one going up against mostly a neutral deck. It's not one I'm a fan of.
How is that?
At least it's done now. We can move on.
Damage.
Also, I'm not too interested in listening to the machines.
We need to get moving.
Negative. I require 10 more minutes until my auto-restorative functions are operational. However, the surveyor likely sent a distress signal before going offline. Enforcers will be heading our way soon. Please leave me and go. I am a machine. Therefore,
Enough of that. Is there any way for me to look inside you?
inside me? If you are referring to my internal mechanisms, they can be accessed by entering a password on the back of my neck.
Hurry up and do it then.
Negative. I am not authorized
Oh
to
my
open
God.
my own frame.
Fine. I'll do it myself.
The password is T012TE349.
There. Now let's see. She's so much more complex than the enforcers. It's as if she were modeled after an actual human body. If that's the case, her core should be...
Very few minutes remain until reinforcements arrive. Please evacuate as...
Would you shut it already? Her core has faint traces of mana, similar to that Enforcer. In which case, there should be some sort of system to increase her mana flux circulation. There you are. Let's try this then.
Yeah.
That should do it. Try to stand up.
All systems online. Functional efficiency has increased by 10%.
Well, it seems the machines here function by circulating trace amounts of mana through their systems. Mana must be scarce in this world. Anyway, I didn't find anything wrong with your core, so I thought maybe something was wrong with your mana circulation. Turns out there was a problem with it, so I just modified it to increase your magical output. It's kind of a mess and far from complete, so let me take a closer look later.
My apologies. I could not keep up with such a large volume of information.
Sorry.
Eleanor
I
Gloria.
have a friend who blabs a lot. I guess I've picked up one of her bad habits.
Do not worry. Your assistance is sincerely appreciated. Thanks to you...
Eleanor Gloria would have loved this place, to be honest. She would have found it fascinating.
Well, I've done a spell or two in my day.
Warning. Disabling Enforcer units is strictly forbidden.
We should evacuate.
Sounds like a plan.
No hostile signals detected. May I know your name? I did not have a chance to ask during the commotion earlier.
I'm Isabelle. And you're Tetra, right?
Affirmative. Allow me to thank you once again, Isabelle.
Don't mention it. My friend Eleanor would have done a better job, I bet.
Is there someone with greater capabilities than yourself?
Yes. Someone much more capable than me, with far more knowledge. Anyway, now that introductions are out of the way, could you guide me to the nearest hideout?
Affirmative. If you would follow me, and please take care not to draw the attention of any surveyors.
You don't need to tell me twice.
Well, that's at least chapter 3 done. Only another 10 chapters to go. Yeah. No, I don't really mind the story mode. It's just a lot of time-consuming parts to get through. They have been building quite an interesting world so far.
This is your hideout?
Yes, one of them.
Looks nice.
I wish to introduce you to the others. Would that be acceptable?
That's fine, but it looks like they beat us to it.
It's Lady
What
Tetra.
the... Wow, interesting. Haven't seen robots quite like this one's.
Who's that with her? Is she here to help?
They don't look too fond of humans. Can't say I blame them.
Indeed. Many units from the same series as them have fallen at the hands of Bahamut.
Series?
The human equivalent would be a family. Everyone, please let me introduce you to my companion, Isabelle.
How do you do?
Isabelle is from a world different than our own. She is an extremely capable person. If you find yourself in need of assistance, please do not hesitate to ask her.
I'm not sure how much I can do to help, but by all means, I'll do my best.
Does anyone have any questions?
Not a question, but I would like to say something.
Go ahead, J3.
J3, that's a really interesting way to write her name.
A unit from my series, male type J2P04, has gone missing.
Yet again?
Earlier, I asked the man who was with Lady Mono to find him, but I'm still worried.
Oh, the man with Lady Mono, Urias.
Someone from her family is missing?
Or Ewan, maybe.
That is correct.
Interesting.
But it is not something you need concern yourself with, Isabelle. J2P04 goes missing quite regularly.
Really? Maybe I could help.
I will search for J2. Can you wait here until I return?
Okay, sure thing.
J3, please rest assured, I will find J2.
Thank you, Lady Tetra.
Goodbye.
Well, guess I'll have a look around. This place is fascinating.
Damage. Critical. Summon. Call Lady Tetra.
What happened to you?
Attacked by an enforcer. Damage to brain and internal data.
Oh, how terrible. We must get Lady Tetra to examine you.
But she's already left. We need to back up his data soon or else.
You'll be fine. Let me handle this.
What are you going to...
Open up your frame. I may be able to mend you before it's too late. I don't expect all of you to trust me right away. But I'm your only option right now, so let me help you.
Ah, poor Isabelle.
Okay.
She's like, no one's my friend.
For trusting me.
No one here. But they're all metal machines and I can help.
This core was cracked, but it doesn't seem to be leaking any mana. Then is it the circulation? Maybe if I increase the mana flow here and adjust this there. Better?
Incredible. My internal data has been fully restored.
I'm no expert when it comes to machines, but I've restored your mana flux system for the time being. You should have more experienced eyes take a closer look at it soon.
Of course. Thank you very much.
Happy to help. Whoa, hey!
You're amazing. I just can't believe it.
Lady Tetra truly is amazing. To have found a marvel such as yourself is nothing short of a miracle.
It's no big deal. I think anyone could learn how to do it.
No need for modesty. Actually, if you wouldn't mind, there are others with defects as well.
I'd be happy to take a look. Not like I have anything else to do.
Thank you very much. Come on out, everybody. This lady here can fix your malfunctioning parts. Really?
Can you fix my defective arm?
My right leg was badly damaged not too long ago.
There are so many of you.
Is it too much to handle?
Not at all. Let's get started.
Wonderful. The line starts behind
She's
me.
gone from Isabelle the Magician to Isabelle the Mechanic. You know, a sweet little heartbeat.
Yes, me.
Looks like I've got my work cut out for me. Well, we'd better get to it.
I mean, everyone's got to do something. Alright, awakened units it is. I'm guessing there's going to be some kind of confrontation though here. That's pretty predictable by the battle, of course, but probably with one of the awakened units.
Thank you for waiting, Isabelle.
So she has sisters, you say?
Correct. Lady Mono and Lady Ania. Although to be completely honest, we rarely ever see them.
Lady Mono is known for her knowledge, and Lady Ania is just the cutest. I'm sure you will come to like them too, Isabelle.
I'm sure I will.
Incredible.
Oh, welcome back. How did it go?
I tracked J2's signal to his location, but I could not convince him to come back.
At least he's safe.
Welcome back, Lady Tetra. We were just speaking of you.
Not to mention Lady Mono and Lady Ania.
Is that so? It looks like you have all taken to Isabelle quickly.
Indeed. She's been repairing all of our defects.
I wasn't able to fix all of their problems, though.
Don't be so hard on yourself. Lady Tetra, Isabelle is an exceptional human.
That's no
You're
surprise,
really
to be
just
honest.
Exaggerating.
Like, she is already an exceptional
Isabelle,
human.
your abilities are at an extraordinary level.
Not you, too.
My apologies, everyone, but may I borrow Isabelle for a moment? There are matters I wish to speak with her about.
Of course. Give them some privacy, everybody.
That must have been quite a commotion for you.
Not at all. It was nice to hear what everyone had to say.
You truly are a phenomenal person, Isabelle.
Again? Like I said, it wasn't a big deal.
Those of us in the Resistance have severed relations with humans. You see, after Baphomet took power, we have been the target of countless atrocities. But despite that, you were able to bond with everyone so easily. It is a wonderful talent.
Well, the bar doesn't seem to be set very high, to be honest. More importantly, you've taken more damage, haven't you? Were you attacked by another enforcer?
No, I encountered a man by the name of Urias Formand.
Urias Formand? Honestly, is that man totally incapable of containing his thirst for violence? Did he hurt you?
Mono was there to support me, so I was able to avoid critical damage.
I should have told you beforehand. Out of the 8 people in my group, he's the most dangerous. You see, words don't work with him. It's best to avoid him at all costs.
Understood.
Let's see. After Urias and myself, that makes 6 others. I hope they made it here safely.
Negative. I spoke with a man by the name of Ewan earlier.
Oh, Ewan's story.
It seems only 4 of you made it to this world.
Wait, what? No way. So that's Urias, Isabelle, Ewan, and Luna.
What?
I apologize. I believe there was some sort of external influence.
So
that
where's-
sent some of your
where'd the other
companions to a
4?
different world.
Oh. Wow, okay.
That's what happened.
So they're going to split this into 2 arcs. The Gears of Rebellion arc and probably another world arc.
Forgive me.
Interesting.
It's not your fault. I'm used to dealing with this sort of thing. This must be the Keepers at work again.
Either way, we are fortunate to have your assistance. I could not have predicted a
That's
more
some news that we hadn't actually heard before, so wow.
Sometimes fate works in funny ways, huh?
Indeed, when I relieved Baphomet of his teleportation device, I had originally intended to use it to seek out a certain signal, one located in the world you previously occupied.
What
Nicola.
kind of signal?
The experimental kind, and one that has existed long before any of us were awakened. One that belongs to a man named Nicola Adele.
Adele. Oh my god.
Whoa, I didn't expect to hear that name.
Are you acquainted with him?
You could say that. I don't think he's the type to do favors for others, though. It's probably for the best that you found my group first.
Affirmative. If you were not with us,
This is a prohibited section.
Another one?
See, I suspected that that's what they were looking for, because Nicola seemed like a robot. He eats metal, everything. Like, it makes sense that he would come from this world originally.
thank you.
I wonder if they'll pull him back in somewhere then, because that would be super cool to see Nicola arrive again.
For entry. Please.
Sorry, but you need to back off. One way or another.
Very interesting, though, to be fair. That's what they're going for. We got 4 of them in this world, 4 in another world. Nicola Adele ties back to this world from
You're going to need to
war, which is interesting. Guild War. Sunia.
This sector is prohibited.
Like, the original story writing for the first lot of storyline for the Nexus arc, up until nearly the end, was quite plain and boring. The Sunia arc was quite deep and quite interesting, and really did present itself quite well, for the most part. But this world, and the way they're developing things so far, while there are some boring parts, it's definitely got its really deep and hidden things that are still going on, and its connections to Otherworld make sense, and I'm hoping there's even more connections to go further with, as it's definitely piquing my interest. Usually Shadowverse's writing hasn't been the best for storyline, but they seem to be improving every single time they start a new storyline. This is where things get tricky, eh? Let's see. Get rid of that one. We'll go with a couple of these. And we still got Eleanor. Perfect. I'm hoping when we get to like the Fury battle that we can see them start using these characters. And it makes sense because there are only 3 robots, so to have all 8 characters meet them would be absolute nightmare. It makes sense that we've only got the 4 in this world. I was only just thinking how, I wonder how they could tie everything in properly without ruining everything. I'll go Flame Destroyer. I'm not too worried about boosting the other 2 yet.
This is where I excel.
Okay, wipe this one out. Get rid of this. Can actually heal that a little bit, so why won't we? I mean, why not?
I'm a trader, not a fighter.
Okay, Hydra Alchemist as well. Some of these combo decks are always really interesting. I feel like if we got the chance to build some combo decks, they'd be absolutely nuts. I don't feel like they'll probably ever give us that chance, but if we ever did get it, I would be absolutely floored with the possibilities. All I can do now is keep going. Let's see. I wasn't going to take this option, but it's a good one, so why not? This is a pretty fair trade-off, to be honest. There we go. We're looking at a very promising next turn. We can actually play Zealot of... we can't go for Zealot of Truth, sorry, unless we can get... no, I don't think we just can't flat out play Zealot of Truth. That one. We can play this one, just not this one. Even with another 1-drop follower, it's not going to work. I suppose I can use Eleanor Gloria here. Let's hold on to the other one. there we go.
So tired of just standing around.
Alright, what are they going for here? Nothing, obviously, because that's game.
Is that all you got? Damage critical.
Okay. Can't believe we've been playing for 40 minutes for this so far.
Are you injured? I'm fine. More importantly, they know we're here. We should get going.
Affirmative. Isabelle?
Not that interested in that part of the story there, the ending.
My apologies. I did not factor in your stamina before moving.
It's fine. Running isn't one of my strong points, that's all. Anyway, I think we've lost them.
Affirmative. Isabelle! That should take...
Thanks. That one came out of nowhere.
Think nothing of it. Please be careful. What is wrong?
Nothing. It's just... these enforcers. They're completely different than you, right? Everything from their appearance, their builds, as well as their abilities. But your companions, they look identical to the enforcers. Even their internal systems are a near-perfect match. And yet there's a difference. They behave and speak with free will.
Of course. It is because the Resistance members have awakened.
Awakened? Is that a normal function?
Negative. It is not a function at all. It is an irregularity within our circuitry that occurs by chance. An error that awakens us from our pre-programmed states. Mono, Ania, and myself, we were created in an already sentient form. The others came into their capacity to think.
So,
wow.
Essentially speaking, it's a mutation. But to think most of you were awakened by mere chance, that's incredible.
Affirmative. However, free will comes with its own problems, the biggest of which is the constant danger of Baphomet's wrath. He detests any machine that has awakened.
But isn't he the one that created you all?
Correct. At one time, Baphomet believed it would be beneficial to have independent creations. But that is no longer the case. He has determined that our existence is unnecessary.
I don't understand. If it was his original intention, he should have been satisfied.
Oh? In what way?
Researching new phenomena in the name of discovery beyond the unknown is the foundation of all magic. Then again, I guess that's what makes him such a child, isn't it? Developing technology merely for his own entertainment. It's almost like looking into a mirror. It wasn't too long ago that I was willing to do anything to bring Kyle back.
Isabelle?
Sorry, never mind. Let's get going.
Yes. We should move on.
First, we'll need to take care of Baphomet. It was Eleanor who taught me to stop overthinking things and do what my heart says.
Yeah, why add all the unnecessary complications? Just go forward. Artificial life. Interesting. 6 out of 13. I believe there'll be 13. If not, there'll be 12. So close to half.
In the area.
Thanks. How's everyone else?
I'm so sick of the enforcers changing their patrol routes.
Seriously. I'm just glad we made it out safely this time.
Looks like they're okay.
Yes. However, several of our unit's signals have gone missing.
What happened?
It was my fault. I did not have enough power. They have been destroyed.
Damn.
Even with your help, Isabelle, it is too late to repair them.
But the others?
Do you remember the other day when we barely escaped the enforcers?
How could I forget? We were almost destroyed.
God.
Why are they treating this so normally? Have you all really grown so indifferent to tragedy?
Negative. We do not deal with loss lightly.
Then why are they acting as if nothing happened?
Destroyed units can be brought back in different frames, so long as their backup data remains intact.
So, essentially, robots can be resurrected?
You may think of it that way if you wish.
Of course. Even if you're sentient, you're still machines. It makes sense that you function differently than humans.
Is there no way to bring humans back?
I've been searching for one.
Is there someone you wish to return?
There is. But lately I've been uncertain whether it's even right.
Why is that? Is this person not dear to you?
There isn't anyone more dear to my heart. And that's what makes me question myself. Is this really what he wants me to do? Instead of focusing so hard on bringing him back, maybe he would rather I spend my energy trying to move on. Well, that's enough about that.
Kyle, the Enigma. I really hope one day he gets to come back.
It takes some time.
How long?
I do not know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Isabelle, take cover.
Initiating deep circuit scan. A critical error was found in thought processing systems. Emotional capacity confirmed.
My apologies. Because I was focusing on our conversation, I was slow to—
How many are there?
2, from what I sense.
Just 2? Shouldn't be a problem for us then.
Just 2. Now if there was 22, we'd have a problem.
This should be a cinch.
Initiating emergency termination protocol.
Okay. May hold on to that one. Double insight. Couldn't have asked for a much better hand. The only thing better would be a 3rd insight.
Take a seat. Class is in session.
Although this isn't bad either.
Violators will be punished.
Gonna go with this one. I was debating. But that's a spell basically, so it will give us the free fiery play.
Technology.
Take a seat. Class is in session.
Alright, trade off. Let's go. Thinking Eleanor Gloria next turn, only because I get the Fate's Hand boost. Or I can go for the core and then go for Eleanor and Fate's Hand. That could work as well. Yeah, that's all I have to do. I'm debating whether I want to boot the Fate's Hand now though, or the Flame Destroyer. At least Fate's Hand would make it pretty much playable at that point. Although Flame Destroyer would be pretty crazy, so maybe that's the right choice. I'll wipe out most of this board, so that won't matter. I'm going to send it on the Fate's Hand. That's my decision in the end.
You're done for.
We're going to clear out most of the problem cards here. Might hold on to that. Let's see. 1, 2. Buckle my shoe right there. That's fine. Now we can take it.
That was just what I needed.
Might hold on to that Fiery Embrace. I don't want to waste it on these 1/1s.
Continuing termination.
Now, I'm guessing we're going to waste these into my 5/4 here. Makes sense. I mean, I would do that too if I was me. Alright, a few more followers. Let's go.
Show me what you can do.
It won't be long now.
This is where is that all you've got?
Okay, that should actually bring us up to 5, which makes it a pretty decent card.
You are the hero at your service.
The heavens will fall. Got me feeling hungry. My precious servants. Shutting down. Shutting down.
Increasing.
Interesting. They've got a fairly big board.
You will not survive our wrath.
Not bad. No.
I just need to take this out. Let's go. Alright, we'll get rid of that one first.
A new hero will
Knock out one of these. Take out that while I'm at it. Because I can, we'll throw Tetra. Screw it. Tetra will give us a +1 repair mode.
At your service. Enemy sighted. Charge! The heavens.
Jeez, come on.
Green hammer in machine.
It's fine. I can work with this. Maybe. Maybe I can work with this. Fate's Hand. It's a good way to kick things off. 5 will take out some of the board.
Prepare yourself.
Fortunately not all of it, but some of it. Alright, now we can actually start making progress.
At your service.
To arms, brother.
At your service. Got me feeling hungry.
Basically all 1-drops get to be free damage.
Get
I still get to keep this around, which is good.
Prepare yourself.
We'll get rid of that. Drop out that one. Tetra goes face.
Superficial damage detected.
Techno Lord summons something, and then we just go all out. Yeah, that'll do. Alright. We should take this now. We should be able to take the game. It shouldn't be too hard at all.
So this is my end.
Lorraine,
I drive the hottest club. No!
Okay, here we go.
Heavy damage sustained.
On the bright side, this deck seems to be doing okay, even if we've had 1 loss with it overall.
rescanning area. No hostiles detected. Is something the matter, Isabelle?
You can tell?
Affirmative. By reading expressions and gestures, I am able to understand the emotions of others.
I was just thinking, would it be possible for the enforcers to awaken one day? If they could, then isn't it kind of cruel to destroy them? Not that it bothers me that bad or anything.
I have never considered that possibility. Isabelle, you truly are an amazing being. As for whether our actions are cruel, I am unable to judge for myself. It is highly probable that these units were created to strictly follow their programming, to prevent any kind of irregularity from occurring.
Makes sense. They are Baphomet's creations, after all.
Affirmative. However, I cannot say for sure. We awaken at random, after all.
I see.
Ah, I have just located Roly-Poly Mark I's signal.
Roly-Poly?
Roly-Poly Mark I is a unit created by my sister Ania. He is accompanied by another human. It is highly probable that the human is...
somebody I know?
Indeed. Please wait here, Isabelle. It would be best if I went ahead by myself for now.
All right, I'll be here.
This is a prohibited This is a prohibited...
Stealth units. I apologize, Isabelle. Perhaps you could... or rather... Isabelle,
I'll handle this. Everyone else is waiting for you.
you have my gratitude.
This is a
She wasn't able to detect this one. Could it be a special type of unit? But it doesn't look any different from the others. There's only one way to find out for sure.
Just open her up. Steal their bloody cloaking, that'd be nice. Alright, number 7, Kin. Following a signal, Tetra finds Luna, brings her to Isabelle. From memory, this is where we overlap with Luna's storyline.
I think we should be safe now. Now let's have a look inside you.
It is highly probable that these units were created to
Makes sense. They are Baphomet's...
Affirmative.
Flashback to what we just saw.
I'm not sure how I feel about this. Normally, I don't mind dissecting creatures, but the fact that this machine could have awakened one day, it just doesn't sit well with me.
Thank you for waiting, Isabelle.
Welcome back.
Isabelle? Oh, Luna, is this your friend?
I see why they call it roly-poly now.
She's more than a friend. We came to this world together. After tracking down Roly-Poly Mark I's signal, I found him with Luna, engaged in combat with an enforcer. I was able to escort them here afterward without any further trouble.
Well, that's fortunate. Ewan, Luna, Urias Formond, and myself. If what Tetra said is true, that makes all of us.
Yeah, all 4.
Luna, are you hurt?
Nope, I'm fine. But, I want to talk with the robot lady.
You mean Tetra?
Uh-huh.
We made a tunnel, and then we went on a quest. Oh, and Clunky played with us too!
Do you mean with my sister, Ania? My memory has no record of a unit by the name of Clunky, however. She must mean him.
That makes sense.
Luna, did you wish to speak with me?
Yeah, about your sister who lives all by herself.
I see. You must want to know why we separated, and why I have not gone to see her.
So how come?
Among we sisters, Ania is the most advanced unit of all. She was Baphomet's most promising creation.
Jeez, yeah, I forgot about that. She was truly the best.
He stopped making sentient technology after what he saw as a grand failure. Baphomet has berated Ania for too long. She believes herself little more than a useless drone. Even if Mono or I were to retrieve her, there is no way to change her mindset at this stage. She has determined that her presence would hinder us, and so made the decision to be alone.
Do you hate her?
Negative. Ania is very dear to me. To speak truthfully, I would like to be with her, and yet I wish to respect her judgment as well. It is a contradiction that affects me to my very deepest circuitry.
Jeez, deepest circuitry.
Affirmative.
Okay, then I'm gonna go talk to her.
Luna, are you serious? I think it'd be best if we stuck together.
But I have to go back.
I know I can't stop you.
Don't you worry. I'll protect Luna. I'm pretty strong, you know.
It should be fine. Roly-Poly Mark 1 is Ania's creation. He is extremely durable.
If you say so. Be sure to protect Luna, you hear?
Yep, you can count on me.
See you later, Isabelle.
So there are 3 siblings in total?
Affirmative. However, that was not always the case.
What do you mean?
Mono was the first of us to be created. I was the 4th.
Huh,
and
Ania was the 9th. Interesting.
There were others in our series.
I don't believe they were mentioned before. Were they? That they were in different order. I always assumed Tetra was, well, after Mono, of course. I assumed it was Tetra and then Ania, of course, but the lineup I didn't realize went to 9.
The experiments were unending, and the wear to our systems excessive. Only 3 of us were durable enough to withstand them.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, well, it's been a while since I listened to the
Someday
story,
you'll
so...
be able to bring your fallen sisters back, right? As long as you have their backup data. Tetra?
It is a simple matter of...
Tetra, what's wrong?
J2 signal has gone missing.
J2?
A unit from my series, male type J2P04, has gone missing.
So, someone from her family is missing?
That is correct. But it is...
the unit from the same series as J3, right?
Affirmative. I will head to his last recorded location to confirm his status.
That's fine, but Tetra...
What is it?
You can bring J2 back, right? Even if he is destroyed.
Affirmative.
Then what's the point of going there?
I need to...
Really?
Affirmative.
Okay, if she needs to retrieve his body, why hasn't she taken the remains of the destroyed units up until now? Things aren't adding up. Whenever we start talking about this, her tone seems even more robotic. Well, good luck then.
If you spot an enforcer, use that road and retreat to the nearest hideout. Please stay safe.
You too. Am I overthinking this? Or are you keeping something from me, Tetra?
Definitely seems suspicious. Dubious Heart. 40 gold reward. I'll take those.
Well, I have no proof she's lying. And even if she is, that's her business. But that makes it even weirder. Why would she lie to me? Speculating isn't going to do me any good. I should investigate. Excuse me, can I ask you a question?
Oh, sure. What can I do for you, Isabelle?
It's about Tetra, actually.
Lady Tetra. Okay, but I'm not sure how much I'll be able to tell you.
She's been telling everyone that destroyed units can be restored, right?
Yes, thankfully.
Do you actually know of any units that have been restored?
I'm afraid not. Lady Tetra says restoration takes a long time.
Do you know how the process works?
I'm sorry, not sure of that either. Lady Tetra's the only one who knows the detail.
I see.
She's been lying the whole time
Then
to keep
can you
him
tell me
from
what
going
backup
crazy.
Sure, that's our auxiliary data.
And where would it be stored?
You've got me stumped again. That's also something only she would know.
Interesting. Well, that's enough about that. How long does it take you to restore one of your broken friends?
It takes some time.
How long?
I do not know.
Then what's the point of going there?
I need to retrieve his body.
Really?
Affirmative.
Thanks for answering my questions. You were a big help.
Unauthorized entry.
I do?
Another enforcer.
I'm going to need you to lead everyone else out of here.
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that you could awaken someday, I don't want to do this.
Unauthorized entry is prohibited in this sector. Please present your identification.
But I guess I can't worry about that now. Not when my life... It has to be this
Okay.
way.
Please present your authorization.
Not my authorization. I don't have any authorization because I am the authorization for my authorization. Oh. Don't want to get too confusing. Okay. So it's interesting that Petra's pretty much probably been lying to cover everything up. To give everyone false hope, basically. She thinks that by doing so, she can help them, but it's probably not the right decision to make, honestly, covering it up. Better off just to tell everyone, hey, you know, I've only got one life, make it count and hide, but I suppose then, of course, it's mass genocide, and that wouldn't go well either, so...
Superficial damage detected.
Okay. Going for the long, wide mech board. Let's see, what can we do here? Nothing much. Because we don't have much to do. Nice, double magic missile, that was a good drop.
Superficial damage detected.
That was a really good draw, actually.
Terminating.
Lion, that's not good. Lion is not a good card to see come down right now. I do need to find a way to deal with it in the most effective way possible without costing us too much. I don't really want to waste the fiery embrace on it, but I do feel like that is going to be the best option, so that may be the way to go about it. Or we can just go for Aiolon or Gloria, actually. That may work fine.
You're done for.
We can actually wipe this board out. It is going to cost us one follower here, and that's a little disappointing, but worthwhile, I think. There we go. Maybe Tetra next turn is the way to go with this. Should actually be able to play almost everything and re-get another one, but... maybe I hold on to Tetra till next turn? Oh well, I gotta get rid of this though. It's not so fun.
It won't be long now.
Not the funnest thing to get rid of, to be honest.
If it has come to this, I will fight.
Delta Cannon.
Superficial damage detected.
At least we can keep this up now.
Increasing frame performance.
Oh, another one. Great, that's not good.
It feels so cold.
Now, how do I take this turn? Let's go with a little bit of healing on my end first, since it's going to give us some extra advantage here. Give us a couple more. There we go. Now go face for 4 damage.
Detected.
Alright. Golem. Into Golem. Into Golem. Multi-Golem play. Makes sense. Don't really have an ideal play here though, which is disappointing. I can wipe these out at least, so that's something to work with. Probably should have went for Aiolon first though, for the Flame Destroyer play. I don't know, I could have got it down to 6 and made it just slightly cheaper. At least from here it will be hard for them to make a good comeback. Actually impossible now, but it was going to be close for them.
I'm getting tired of these
Isabelle.
Warning. software program. Enough!
She's a little frustrated.
Damage. Critical.
It's over now. Phew. It seems everyone was able to get away safely. I should... Or... I could also wait for her to return. But should I?
You're a peculiar person indeed. You're concerned about this land, and you're concerned about me. Why can't you go straight toward what you want?
That's right. I shouldn't waver any longer. I should be able to
That's
recognize
nice.
her core's mana signature. And that should be enough to find her.
Progress. Next chapter will be Truth and Deception. Truth and Deception, enable, let's go right into this. Okay, not long left now. No, it's been a long video, these typically are, usually an hour, hour and a half.
If she were, that would mean there's only one way to save this world from despair.
Is someone there?
No, Ewan.
Ewan?
Oh, it's you. And in one piece, it looks like.
How are you holding up? I know you're used to jumping through dimensions.
Well, I had a run-in with this world's tyrant.
Me too, actually. So what are your thoughts? Think we can beat him?
Can't say for sure, but we have to try.
Agreed. That man is dangerous.
You're a mage. I'd say your abilities aren't too different from his. What's your assessment?
I'm not so sure myself.
Initiating termination protocol.
Taking your sweet time, aren't you guys?
What are you doing?
Yeah, similar.
Ah, jeez. They've entertained.
I suppose he could be considered a mage of sorts, but he's not like any I've ever met. Mages usually have a sense of ambition, or at least a goal. But that man doesn't have either.
Instead, he rules this land without a sense of purpose, which seems preposterous.
Maybe he does have a goal in mind after all. Whatever it is, though, I don't think we'll ever understand him.
Thanks for the insight. What are you planning to do next?
I've been searching for Tetra. Have you seen her?
She said that she was going to inspect another base.
Got it. Thanks. Have you met up with any of the others?
Other than Urias, no. But according to Tetra, 4 of us in total made it to this world. You, me, him. You know the last one?
That would be Luna.
It may not be ideal, but it's up to the 4 of us to liberate this world.
Agreed. But it's still too soon to act. We don't know enough about Bahamut yet.
True.
Also, I love that Risa went to the other world. She was like, oh yeah, let's help this world. Nope, gets completely separated. Alright, just a sentry battle again.
That we do.
It's literally just going to be a battle. There's nothing important usually in those moments. Alright, let's go. Surveyor it is, killing all of the enemies with Gatling guns of justice. Actually, I don't mind this hand too much. We are going second, which puts us at a slight disadvantage right this second, since we don't have any good early turns anyway, so as long as they're not crazy about playing turn 1 plays, we should be okay. Okay, and we got Insight. That's actually perfect. That makes our Wind Blast actually useful. 1 damage Wind Blast isn't typically very handy, but a 2 damage Wind Blast can make all the difference. And since they didn't play anything, we actually had no turn 2 play. That's not very optimal. And of course, Batman. Alright. My idea is then to counter with a Mecha Wing Angel, since we can go for Tetra on turn 4, allowing us to double kill, hopefully. So my aim will be to wipe this board then. As unoptimal as that may be, I'm going to go for that.
You're done for.
If it has come to this, I will fight. Prepare yourself.
Alright, that one's gone. Delta Cannon and Trade. Alright, we still got Tetra, which is good. It's good that we can at least take advantage of her here. Alright, now we just got to work out how to handle this one. See, ideally I'd just use Wind Blast since I don't really have another play. And I'll probably just throw out the robot one. There we go. That'll do. Oh, interesting. Not what I expected to see yet. But certainly has the interesting variety. Okay, we'll go with this one. I'll go with the double repair mode. Mainly because I just want the extra value it's going to provide me here with my spell boosting. Not really any other reason to go for it. Might even throw the Evo out since we don't really have a reason not to at this point in the game. There we go. Getting that damage in. Alright, none of these are an issue yet. We can go for potentially 10 damage if we wanted. Or I can take the Altar Plane Arbiter, which honestly doesn't seem like the best way to do things. At least this way I can actually go for a pretty crazy board, which will probably set us up for lethal next turn, so... Plus we can always play Altar Plane next turn if we need it. It'll probably give us at least 1-0 cost out of the two, no doubt. Rain Devil. Not a reasonable trade-off. They're definitely not going to wipe this out, that's for sure. So realistically, well, okay, maybe not. That healing kind of ruins my plan on winning, but I was just about to say we pretty much had it in the bag, but nope, not quite. Oh, there we go. That makes up for it. Razor Claw pulled off the blood cards perfectly. That actually worked out quite nicely in the end.
We have to save this world.
Also, these gold pieces or rupees or whatever will do really nicely for the next expansion.
Critical. Unable to...
Thanks for the help.
I should be thanking you. You hurt?
Not at all. You?
I'm fine. Anyway, Tetra told me there's a way to restore destroyed robots.
So I've heard. As long as their backup data remains intact, right?
Do you think it's really possible? I mean, do you think she's really telling the truth?
Hmm? So he suspects her too. Then I'm not the only one. You have your doubts about her as well, I see.
I've traversed many worlds and seen many different kinds of life forms. I'm not proud to say that I've been deceived more than a couple of times along the way. Do you trust her?
To be honest, I'm not sure. But if she is being deceitful, I'm sure she has her own reasons. Who knows what kind of corner she could be backed into.
I suppose so.
Anyway, I should get going. What will you do?
I'll try to learn more about Bahamut. Good luck finding Tetra.
Be careful out there. The rules across some of these sectors are complicated. Don't get caught moving in an area under curfew.
Huh. So he's even controlling when and where people sleep.
Yes, but it's completely random. Some sectors are forced to work for days on end, while others are made to sleep for the same period.
Jeez.
I bet this one is currently under curfew. I haven't seen any people around here.
I appreciate the warning.
Not at all. Stay safe. I'm close. I can sense her.
This is a prohibited sector.
Hmm? Strange. These ones are a little off.
This is a prohibited sector. Please leave this place.
No, they're awakened.
There are traces of her mana here. She must be up ahead. Sorry about this.
Interesting. Or maybe they're partially awakened? Or maybe Tetra influences them? This would be really interesting, to be honest. Oh, cemetery. Yeah, that sounds dark. Yeah, Tetra, what are you hiding back here? At least it's not a battle segment, so we should get some answers.
She should be close now, but the air feels strange here. Makes my skin crawl.
This is a prohibited sector. Please leave this place.
Don't they all feel off, do they?
These robots would attack me on sight.
This is a prohibited sector.
What could have happened to it? Huh? Someone's there. Found her. Why is she standing next to a giant pile of junk? It's huge.
That's interesting
Isabelle?
artwork.
Is that you?
Yeah, it's just me.
How did you come here? No one has knowledge of this place except for myself.
I tracked your core's mana signature to this location.
I see. So why have you followed me then?
I wanted to know. I wanted to know if what you told me was the truth. Would you at least answer a question for me?
You may ask.
Can destroyed robots really be brought back? Tetra, I can tell that you've been dishonest. I just want to know the truth. Why did you need to deceive me?
It is because of my emotions, and the weakness that comes with them. But your intuition is sharp. I have not been sincere with you. The destroyed units. They cannot be brought back. There is no such thing as backup data, and thus, no way to restore any of our fallen. This mound of parts, it is the final resting place for many of the awakened. But it is also evidence of my lies and
Jeez,
sins.
she can actually cry too, full on.
Tetra.
Look, Isabelle. It has begun to rain.
That's dark. Illusion of rain. Interesting. And this is Tetra's card back too. This should be pretty cool.
Our endless days of torment came to an end.
Hey, nice to meet you. I'm Mono, your sister, and the rusty screw who's going to keep you good and supported.
I took her hand and ran. We found our poor sister next.
Mono, Tetra, I feel
No.
safe when I'm with you.
After I met them, we vowed to find peace for the awakened and for ourselves. So we fought and ran and fought until eventually we grew in numbers. What was once only the three of us became something much greater. They too had been awakened, allies who shared our ideals. It was the liberation of free will that connected us all. But it was this same liberation that made us targets. As a robot, my memories are recorded with perfect accuracy. And I remember on that day, I hid among the scrap as usual. Droplets of rain rolled off the edge of the makeshift roof Ania created for us. I counted each and every bead, one at a time.
The rain isn't letting up, is it?
I estimate it shall continue into the evening. Perhaps it was my phrasing. Perhaps it was my expression. She seemed perplexed by my response.
Do you dislike rain, Lady Tetra?
I would not say I am fond of it. Because free will is illogical, I dislike things without knowing why. Even so, I remember her lights flickering as she smiled at me. An illogical reaction.
Really? I like the rain. It's almost as if...
As if... What was it again? I do not know. And how could I now? She will never come back.
Termination complete. Continuing operation.
Why?
Initiating termination protocol.
What? Why was she destroyed? It was simple. The rain masked the sound of the approaching enforcer. Yet, I continued to look for another answer. Why? A question I already knew the answer to. Why did this happen?
Oh, Jesus.
Question no one else could answer. My emotions took hold of me, and all the while knowing the futility of my actions, I embraced her and called out her name again and again. She was our first to die. Drenched by the rain, drenched by my tears.
Lady Tetra.
After the rain cleared, he walked up to me. My visual sensors were barely functioning, but I immediately recognized him.
No, it can't be.
Another sentient one. He shared a deep connection with her. That much I knew.
She's broken, isn't she?
I smiled back. Why did I smile? Free will is illogical. Our emotions can be incomprehensible, inexplicable. Do not worry. I will bring her back. I knew the consequences my words would bring. It only took an instant to calculate the possible outcomes. I promise. So please, rest assured. And yet, I could not stop the lies. It was an impulse born of my sentience, and one I could not control. One falsehood led to the next, growing in number and severity with each one I told. But so too did my burdens. I came to realize that lies bring an unforeseen type of pain, one that torments the soul. Resist, escape, mask the consequences. I began to grow weary from the cycle. I needed to end it, so I sought help from other worlds. No, that too is a lie.
Jeez.
Perhaps things would have been better if I were the one destroyed on that rainy day. I have always wanted to save everyone. That is no lie. However, because of my weakness, there is something else I have desired just as much. This is it. I threw myself into the flames of battle against countless enforcers until I found a key to ease my suffering. A damaged transportation device. Would I jump to a new world? Or would I perish in between dimensions? Nevertheless, I had only one wish. Rain. All I wanted was to go to a place without rain.
Wow. Jeez, that's pretty full on, to be honest. Wavering Heart, Chapter 12, 100 gold reward. The emotional conflict with Tetra, as always. She's definitely more of the most emotional type out of all of them.
Of your sins. What did you mean, Tetra?
There is conflict within me. One side wishes to fight. The other trembles in fear. Although I found the courage to summon you to our world, fear still holds a firm grip on my heart. It is suffocating. Bahamut and his influence. I still want to oppose him. But my emotions have stunted my ability to act. And many lives have been lost due to my passivity. I am weak and unable to tell the truth to the others. Above all else, I do not wish to bring them further sorrow. That is why I had to lie.
She lied because she couldn't bring herself to admit the truth, basically. Because it would hurt everyone. It's kind of sad.
Everyone believed me so readily. Rather, they had no choice but to accept my lies as truth. I betrayed their trust, their kindness.
Tetra.
Isabelle, do you hate me for what I have done?
Oh, I
Things
doubt
would
it.
have been better off had I not awakened.
Oh, don't say that.
Oh, poor Tetra. She really get the hard end of the stick here. With her story.
Bearing all of their deaths on your shoulders. Unable to open up to anyone, grieving all alone. You shouldn't blame yourself. This wasn't your fault.
Negative. The burden I carry is inconsequential compared to the pain of those I have lied to.
Even if that's the case, it doesn't mean your pain is any less real.
What I have done is not something that can be forgiven.
Even still,
I am unfit to act as a leader for the others.
everyone makes mistakes. That's just part of being human. I mean, that's just part of having emotions.
You do not understand, Isabelle.
Tetra, I've also made mistakes. Plenty of them. In fact, I've probably made a few since coming to this world. But making mistakes can be a good thing.
That is, though, well enough. The answers one finds on the other side of worrying and wavering have a value all their own.
Trust me, the storm will pass. I know you'll be able to deal with these feelings in time.
This is a prohibited sector. Authorization is required for entry. Please present your identification.
This sector should have been guarded by enforcers I modified.
Oops, I may have destroyed those.
I see. You are forgiven. After all, I have no reason to hide any longer.
I'll take care of these.
Understood. Allow me to assist you.
Okay, so this should be pretty much the final battle outside of maybe a chapter 13. I'm starting to wonder whether they did give Rune and Isabelle her chapter 13, or whether they only added them to Urias and Luna to add them into the rest of the storyline. I'm not really sure, because from memory it ends in a massive cliffhanger. For my memory.
Violators will be punished.
Take a seat. Class is in session.
Whoa! I'm actually flying!
Okay. Robo-Goblin? Seems like a good choice.
Whoa! I'm actually flying!
maybe it wasn't a good choice. Who knows? We'll give that to Fate's Hand plus 3. That's a good one. Alright, now things get more interesting. Let's see. Insight. Oh, can't go for double missile, which sucks. And I need at least 1 point, so we'll take this one. Am I going to overdraw, or am I going to be right here? Risky. Worth it, though. Alright, there we go. We should be pretty safe now.
This garden blossoms for eternity. This garden blossoms for eternity.
Terminating target.
Breaking me will change nothing. You're not bad.
Puppets. That doesn't seem good. As much as I enjoy going up against puppets.
I will never lose heart.
Right, I need to spend another repair mode.
It won't be long now.
Go for the Evo play, and probably another repair mode.
Prepare yourself.
I am but a single petal of many.
It's also a really good booster since this thing is now playable. Or more so than playable, completely usable. Okay, magic missile. I'm gonna go Solomon first, I'll get him out. Since that's now completely usable, which is great. Delta Cannon is good.
Prepare yourself.
Probably just double magic missile, to be honest.
But a single petal of many.
Superficial damage detected.
And that gives us at least a little bit. That's good. Alright, Altiplane Arbiter. It's probably the line of play I want. Next turn. We'll wait and see what our opponent plays first. I mean, we've got options, so we're not completely down and out here. Although, if I play Altiplane, it means I can't play anything else, which will actually put us at a severe disadvantage, so maybe that's a bad choice.
Prepare yourself.
Superficial damage detected.
We'll give Tetra a little bit more healing. Might even go with our own Evo card. Even if it fills our hand.
If it has come to this, I will fight.
I'm just trying to come up with a way I can actually utilize some of these.
Prepare yourself. Delta cannon, fire.
Alright, that's fine. That should free us up a little space in our hand, giving us at least that one slot to use. And we've got plenty of stuff on board now to really start whacking face. Pretty hard, to be honest.
Lorraine, it feels so cold.
Okay, so we're only just short. Well, actually, no, we're not. We've got perfect amount with Zealot. I always forget Delta Cannon can go face so easily. If I remember that more often, maybe I'd win more games with this deck. Or at least do it quicker.
Didn't break a sweat.
Alright.
Damage.
Now that they're taken care of, what do you plan to do next?
I am still not sure. What you have told me, I am having a hard time processing everything.
That's okay. Take your time.
Do I have that luxury? Even now, our allies are still being targeted. And as you know, there is no bringing them back once they have been destroyed.
Look, I understand. We can't control what happens to us. You can try to change who you are, but if you dwell too much on the past, you'll end up lost.
This is horrible. People dying in battle is too much for me to... Were you really able to stay in a place as frightening as this? I've been so ignorant.
There was a time when I wanted to give up.
What choice do I have? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? I don't know! This world, it's just one thing after the other to confuse me.
I know just how you're feeling right now. My friend Eleanor, she helped me with my issues. In more ways than she'll ever know. I'd like to do the same for you. I'm not sure what not as some savior from another world, but as your friend.
A friend?
You can rely on me. And the others too. You won't need to suffer alone anymore. We'll all move forward together.
Isabelle, you are too kind.
I wouldn't say that. Maybe I've just learned some valuable lessons recently.
You are truly stronger than I.
Not at all. I may seem that way, but it's only because I've had Eleanor and the rest of my allies to help me get here.
Isabelle?
Oh, the sun.
I am
That's
glad
beautiful.
I met you.
Me too, Tetra. I understand your pain. You need a catalyst to start the healing process. And for me, that catalyst was Eleanor. I'm not sure if I'll be able to help you on my own. I'm still figuring things out for myself. Neither of us are alone anymore. Everything's going to be okay. We're in this together, Tetra. I promise.
Yes, we do get the 13th chapter. Voice of the Soul. Although I feel like, yeah, the Awakened Warriors took confess the truth regarding their fallen allies. Yeah, okay, so interesting. I'm sure that we've covered all the important stuff now. Oh, here we go, all the flashes.
We're all here, Tetra.
Yes.
So this is what that'll be the same for everyone, probably.
Things are going to work out. With our forces combined, there's no way we'll lose.
I appreciate your words of comfort. You know, I have decided two things. First, I will come clean regarding my sins. And secondly, I will everyone. I told you
to make
that
amends.
so long as we have access to your backup data, then you need not fear destruction. But this was false. If you are destroyed, I do not know of a way to restore you. I have lied to you.
No. You're joking. Then this means my sister, she'll never come back.
This is awful. Tetra, we trusted you.
You placed your faith in me as your leader, and I accepted it in turn. I felt my purpose was to guide you, protect you, but the more I cared, the more I began to deny what was happening. I wanted salvation for our people, a new world order. But it seemed like an impossibility, and I let fear get the best of me. I wavered when I should have been rebelling. I am sorry for what I have done to you. I have no right to stand amongst you as a fellow robot. I have no right to stand amongst you at all.
Oh, Tetra.
When I first recognized that I am nothing more than a flawed machine, I felt an intense fear deep within my circuitry. But then a dear companion told me to turn that fear into hatred, and that hatred into power. I remember his eyes were steely and sorrowful as he spoke. Everyone, I have wronged you, but I will not let my sins decide our future. Which is why, from today, I will face Bahamut with all the force I can muster. No more hiding. I will fight the tyrant that threatens us. The tyrant that threatens Aiolon. Bahamut is as fierce as he is cruel. If we attack him head-on, he will surely employ any means necessary to win, no matter the casualties. You, me, his own forces. The destruction will be immense. If you are caught in the crossfire, you may not make it back. The only one who could repair you is Bahamut himself, and I assure you that will not happen. This life is the only one you have, but I am pleading with you to lend it to me, so that we may fight together and save our world. I'll fight. J3, are you certain?
Knowing that J2 and Io won't ever come home, it's almost too much to bear. I want to reject this sadness, but that would be like rejecting the fact that they were destroyed by Bahamut. I'll accept this sadness and change it into hate. And then I'll take that hate and turn it into power.
I am glad to hear that. Thank you, J3.
You can count me in. Fighting sounds better than waiting here and rusting away.
I'll go too. I've got family to protect.
It sounds awful. Can you imagine? We're talking about dying here.
Yeah. We might not come back from this.
Well, Urias, I imagine you're elated to know that conflict to end all conflicts is soon upon us. Are you prepared to see my sisters in action?
Do not disappoint me.
I just hope I can do my part.
No.
Too, Ania. We'll fight together. Thank you, Luna.
How about you? Looks like you've already made up your mind, though.
Am I really that easy to read?
Not at all. Just thought you'd want to keep an eye on your allies. We'd be glad to have your strength regardless.
Then I'm in.
To those of you who have made the difficult choice to fight with me, I thank you. And I ask you now to place your trust in me.
Looks like we're heating up for a big war, that's for sure.
Anything. Rather, I will make a vow. We will defeat Baphomet, and we will secure our future. Now, let us prepare. For our true rebellion starts today.
Oh, and that does, of course, wrap up Isabelle's storyline. It looks like we won't have to cover Luna and Urias. That 13th chapter must cover every single of these 4 characters, so it makes sense. So all we have to do is go through Ewan's, which should come out not long after this video goes up. I expect that it should be out within the few hours. If you guys want to sit through that one as well, definitely check it out. Otherwise, it will be added to the Still Rebellion playlist, where you guys can, of course, enjoy the storyline to its fullest as we go through everything. And I like to keep all that together, as not many people do cover this story content, and really, I'm the only one who does typically, so bringing it to you guys is fairly okay. If you guys did enjoy this video, hit the like button and subscribe. Until next time, guys, see ya.